I feel like y'all are like picking apart the lyrics of these and stuff now. So
but the lyrics are the most important thing in a mix
checking.
CD.
It's true.
Yeah, sometimes.
All right.
I mean, certainly if you think the song is a political song, the lyrics are important to it.
Came in with it being political
no, Dan,
song.
what you don't understand is it's technically sound politically. You know what I mean? The guitar is the political.
It's sonically political.
It's sonically political.
I've learned Sonic from Anthony Fantano. Watching too much Anthony Fantano videos. That guy's a pretentious guy, isn't he? But I something about him. I don't know. He's also kind of charismatic.
That's why people listen to us.
Because we're pretentious but charismatic.
Yeah. So is everybody else with a podcast.
I'll take that. Welcome to Drafted. I'm your host, Daniel Prentice, and as always, I'm joined by my dear friend and co-host, Preston Thompson. Preston, how are you doing? What are you drinking tonight, my friend?
Hi, Dan. I was going to say I was in sort of a rough mood. I was very tired and just lacking for energy, but suddenly, this always happens where, just to be perfectly frank with you, bud, there are some times on a Sunday where I'm like, ugh, we got to record a whole show, and I got to edit. It's going to be like several hours, and I'm sort of like, ugh. But then the second we start, I'm like, man, this is actually fun. This is like,
Hey, we don't have to do this.
Oh.
Well, we can stop
right,
doing the
see
show
y'all
right
later.
now.
All right, bye everybody. No, I'm very happy to be here as always. I'm drinking a Creature Comforts Spring from Athens, Georgia. Oh yeah, baby.
Whoa,
it's lovely.
Good crack.
It's wonderful. Great for the warmer months as everything's heating up here in Atlanta.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm glad we got that crack on recording. We haven't had I was going to say on stream, but we're not streaming this. We're recording this for later. But we haven't had a good crack live on the show.
I'm going to start making it a thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, I look forward to that. We are very thrilled and fortunate to be joined by one Paige 6. Paige.
Hi.
Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing?
Thanks for
what
having
are you
me.
drinking?
Well, I should have... There we go.
Nice. Great Foley work.
Good crack.
Thank you.
Resume. Yeah.
Even better than Preston's.
I've been really into these like poppy prebiotic soda things.
Oh, those are great.
So I kind of like
those.
They are. Thank you. They're great. And I actually mix it with like cherry or pomegranate. I make like a mocktail kind of thing.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Paige, have you ever Paige, if for those of you who don't know, is trying to burst onto the scene as an actor in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Have you considered maybe becoming a Foley instead, Paige?
A Foley? Yeah. I mean, that crack was pretty good, right?
It was spot on. It was spot on.
Have you seen the Foley for like Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob? It's like ding 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 ding. It's very cute.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a scenario to pitch for your reel. No. We're going to get some actual material in here because that Mr. Krabs was so good that we need to just add to it.
But what Mr. Krabs thing was that supposed to be?
It's the Foley artist for Mr. Krabs. That's how
doing
Mr. Krabs,
what?
That's how
for his walking?
He walk. Yeah, when he walks,
ding,
they do
ding,
the little
ding,
things,
ding.
and he goes ding 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 like that.
Okay. All right. So here's your Foley assignment. I'm in a commercial for Bounty paper towels. There's a glass of red wine on the edge of the counter. It falls off. Oh no! It crashes and spills. I take a paper towel. I mop it up. Go ahead and give me that from the top and go.
Ah! Bounty. Wipe.
And scene.
That's it.
Wipe.
Wipe.
It's a very onomatopoeic
That's it.
style of Foley work.
You know, my Foley artistry is more popular in Japan. But
Got it.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Just doesn't translate for me. Understood.
Yeah, I don't think that needs to be explained in any way. I myself am also on the summer beer wave here, Preston. I'm drinking the Kona Big Wave.
Ooh, yeah, love that.
Which is just a tremendous light refreshing. If I can get on a camera, not sponsored.
Oh,
not yet.
Not sponsored.
Preston, I don't know why I don't know what's going on. I feel like my segues aren't there today.
Just say, what are we drafting? It's a show about drafting. Just
yeah,
say, hey, let's get into the actual show instead of talking about it with a bowl.
Yeah.
What are we actually doing? Who needs a segue?
Yeah, what are we drafting today?
Segues are for losers. We are drafting the best burnt CD to give to your high school crush. I have been sort of calling this a mixtape in my colloquials, and then of course I never made a mixtape. I mean, it's
a mix CD.
I did have a couple instances of like a song came on the radio I really liked, and I had a tape recorder in the car when my parents would drive, and I would like hold it up to the speaker to try and get it on recording so I could listen to it later. I do remember doing that, but I was very young.
I did that too with like a mini tape recorder, except it was like the anime opening songs.
Nice.
Like Dragon Ball Z and stuff that played on the TV.
So if you missed it, you had to wait another half
Because back then there was like no way to like listen to it. You know what I mean? You had to just record it from the TV.
Did you guys ever give a burnt CD in your middle school, high school career?
So many in high school to multiple crushes. This draft is kind of made for high school Daniel.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I did the same actually.
I've never given one.
Well, yeah. Listen,
really?
Paige, let's be real. Listen,
how many did you receive?
I received one. I actually received one from someone. This is a terrible story. I received one from a guy on Valentine's Day.
She's keeping going.
And I turned him down that same day.
Ooh.
So.
Was the CD good though?
Did you keep the CD?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yes, I did.
That makes a lot of sense.
He burned it for me, so yeah, I did. I did keep it.
Yeah, I had like back and forth with some girls where like, you know, we would exchange CDs, but nothing else.
I would always get pretty offended by what they thought I would like.
Oh really? Yeah. No. My people were good. I think we were like my back and forths were always
in sync.
Like
okay.
Gave good stuff, received good stuff.
Got it.
Like still listen to songs that I discovered from those.
I do too. I'm probably gonna end up drafting a couple of them. But yeah, totally.
The thing that's tricky about this, though, there's a couple things that are tricky about this. One, I feel like a lot of the songs I was putting on those CDs weren't from, like, I was in high school. I graduated in 2011. So most of my high school would have been in the 2000s. But I wasn't really pulling a lot of, like, songs from that time, you know? It also would be tricky because I feel like the best mix CD you're making for someone, especially for a crush, you don't want to put too many like popular songs on there.
You want some stuff specific to them, of like, this is how I feel.
Yeah, or even beyond that, I think at least my mindset was like, you know, it's not cool if I put like
6 straight Backstreet Boys songs
on here. Yeah, that's not gonna impress them. And what's gonna impress them is like that I show off that I know this.
I've got the B-side.
Or that I like these old songs from the, you know, from like the Beatles and the 80s and stuff. But, you know, obviously those decades are out. And also I feel like for this draft, you kind of have to go with stuff that people are going to recognize without us playing the song for them, because we can't play the songs for them.
Right.
So this is going to be a tricky vibe to find, but it was a suggested episode in the Discord. And the idea is a great one. So remember, always join the Discord for post-show conversation, and also to hit us up with ideas for episodes, because we are on season 5 of this, and it's tough to go with draft ideas for every single episode. So, but yeah, do you all have any other questions or anything we need to clarify before I reveal the draft order?
So it's 2000 to 2009 songs.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I am winging this. All right, let's do it. Yeah, go ahead.
Paige is winging it.
Yep.
I had a list of like 25, and I started sort of putting them in an order of like, here's what I think would be the best draft, like the best value. And then I realized that was really going against just who I was, and that I was much better off drafting a mixtape that like I would actually have made in high school. Like I'm not going to win this draft. Let's just put that out there on the table for everybody to see. I'm not going to win this draft.
Okay, you're setting expectations high. But, I don't know. It sounds like you're going to finish better than Paige.
Maybe.
She is apparently just winging.
Well, here's the thing.
I am winging it.
I'm not going to win this draft, but the audience by the end is going to understand high school Preston better than they did when we started. That's really my goal.
Oh, okay, and that's the important
thing.
I think.
Mm-hmm. It is.
All right. Well, here's the draft order. Paige led the first pick. Preston second, myself third, and of course, as always, that is determined by random.org and Snake Style Draft, so reverse order on even rounds. Without further ado, then, Paige, Miss Winging It, take it away. What's the first pick of the 2,000 songs to put on a mix CD for your high school crush?
I think the first one would be the Postal Service, Such Great Heights.
God damn you, Paige.
Wow.
Why? I can't believe you actually took a song that I wanted to take. How many?
I actually recently saw them live. So
recently?
Recently,
they're still kicking.
This year. Yeah, I saw Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service a few months ago. Actually,
oh my God.
They were amazing. Highly recommend. Yeah,
I gotta say,
Such Great Heights. I mean, how could you not have it? It's like their one song that I felt like was on every CD. You know what I mean? Burn CD at that time.
This feels very you.
All about them.
And it feels very Daniel. And it feels very much not me. So I feel like I'm going to have a whole lane of music all to myself, which I'm very excited for.
I'm so curious to see where you're going to go.
You know what? But... You like some variety in your CD.
It's true.
You know? Your mix CD. So we'll see.
Oh, man. This is such a blow.
You've been thrown.
This is like I found this a very tough draft to prepare for, just because of the pure volume of options.
Yeah.
And so just like trying to find, any kind of condensed list of options, consulted the Rolling Stones top 100 songs of the decade list. And yeah, of those songs, this was the number one song to me, clearly.
Such Great Heights.
So this is tough. It's a great song. It's a great song to put on this type of compilation. I don't know how Paige managed to do it, but she somehow found what should have been the number one pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not on my list, but okay.
Well, I'm so curious to see where Preston goes. But so far for Paige winging
Preston's gonna go emo.
She's batting 1,000.
I think I'm going to save that because there's a lot of depth in that category, and I want to go ahead and get my boy band song done and dusted. Which is what I think is the best choice for this particular. And again, think about this draft audience. I'm not trying to win. I'm taking you back to the summer of 2007 when Preston was making burnt CDs for who knows. I'm going to go with Shape of My Heart by the Backstreet Boys. This thing's an earworm by every definition. It gets into your brain and it doesn't leave for weeks. I haven't listened to this song in years, and I could hit you with a cool chorus, no problem, but we'd get demonetized because it would be so accurate to the original that the algorithm wouldn't understand that it's actually me singing and not, professionals. So I won't do that. But I think it's the best choice for the boy band coverage, and that's what I'm going with.
Paige, were you gonna go boy band at any point in this draft?
I thought about it. I saw I also just I'm just thinking of songs and Googling them. Honestly, the Postal Service one came up 2 seconds ago, and I was like, that's a good one.
God damn it. That makes it even worse.
And yeah, I don't know. I thought about Backstreet Boys and stuff, but my high school days, there maybe some I would have put on there, but that probably wouldn't have been the first ones I put on my mix. I keep wanting to say mixtape as well. Mix CD.
We can just call it a mixtape.
Okay,
I think that's that's probably the lingo we were even using back then, I would think, to be honest.
No, it's a mix CD. I never called it a mixtape.
Okay. Right.
It was not a tape.
I think I literally have a CD I could show you that's written on it is mixtape. It's buried in my car somewhere.
Yeah.
This was not on my radar. I don't think I ever put a single boy band song on any of these. I maybe Preston and I just had like crushes on different types of people. But there's not a single person that I was making a mix CD for that putting the Backstreet Boys on would have thought was cool.
Well, here's the thing, Dan.
When I was in high school.
The thing about me, and it probably does ruin the show a little bit, but the thing about me so giving up on the actual format of the show is I don't care about draft value or position. This is just what I would have led with. So I'm just telling you. I'm not. But I'm not choosing it. I'm relaying the information. You know what I mean?
But what? Okay, but put us where your mindset is. Like you're trying to get this person that you're making the CD for to love you back. Why are you leading with a Backstreet Boys?
Backstreet Boys back then was a girls centric thing, and like I found my way in to romanticisms. Through being like, you start as like the best friend, but you're going through the really hot guy denies you for prom. Maybe you should take the guy that's been here the whole time. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Yeah, absolutely. And this is what you want from your phone. Like I would go to a Backstreet Boys concert with you. Listen, Paige, I've been married for a long time, so I'm just saying.
He's out of the game.
Okay.
The I don't know, man. I maybe in high school, maybe I'm just misremembering, or like where I lived was different. But I feel like you're thinking of elementary school when all the girls loved the boy bands.
No,
and by high school, none of the girls I hung out with were into that at all.
Do you want me to drag my wife in here and have her yell at you?
No, listen. I mean. No, that's fine.
Preston's like, I made this tape.
I tried.
I have actual living evidence.
and it got me a wife, this tape.
It got me a wife, this exact
It got me a wife.
All right, well, that's fair enough. Okay. I am going to go... I have back-to-back picks here. I'm going to go with ones that very much would have been as well on... I don't know that these specifically were, but definitely the right vibe. And again, I'm trying to hit like ones that hit the right vibe, but also songs that people know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with it is very tough. New Slang by the Shins.
Ooh, interesting.
Which I think is, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like everyone, all the girls that I knew in high school, got into the Shins because I think they were heavily featured on Garden State, the Zach Braff, Natalie Portman like indie romance film, and I don't really remember the details about that, but isn't maybe I'm mistaken, but music is at least very heavily featured.
Yes.
That movie feels like a mix CD for your crush. So it just feels kind of like a song that was really made for this format.
Man, I just like out of habit when you guys draft something, I'm just pulling it up on YouTube real quick and just giving it like a 15-second once over. And man, this song is good. Like context or not, it's just a good one. It's just a good song. So I'm not going to be able to fight you there. And I will say, like, this is as maybe I will get to later in my draft. This was a different vibe, but one you could definitely still have success with in my school for sure. Yeah, you needed a little bit of both.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and that's I do agree. I think when you're making a good mix CD, you want to hit different notes.
Right.
You want to show that you're multifaceted.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to show that you
want to take
have
them on a
one
journey. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, you want to tell a story. You want to show your depths of feeling and intellect and everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into it. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to it's really hard to project where you guys are going to go. Paige is literally just Googling us on and then drafting it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
And Preston is seemingly in a completely different ballpark.
Yeah, I'm on a different podcast. Yeah.
So it's
I don't know where we're going here. But...
So yeah, I don't know either. So it's really tough to be like, oh, will literally all these songs be here for me, all draft?
I gotta say, if you snipe anything off of my list, it would be a world class shot, a next level sort of shot. I would leave the show.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with a song here that I think is again just like it just is a song made to be on a mix CD you send to someone else. This song was on a mix CD that was given to me, and that is "Yellow" by Coldplay.
Nice. There you go. See, there's your popular number, but it's a for Coldplay can maybe be described as it's not quite a B-side, but it's not the Scientist.
No, it's definitely not a B-side.
So
yeah, I'm not even trying to be too like off the beaten path with it. It just is a song that just I don't know. To me, it just screams like mix CD that a high schooler makes because it like feels like a deep emotional song, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even
they're applying a lot of meaning to it that probably isn't actually factually isn't there. Like Chris Martin just likes the word.
But in actuality, it's just a Coldplay song.
Yeah,
you know.
It's just Coldplay.
But like when you're 16. It feels,
mm-hmm.
and it's like because like the pace and the somewhat melancholy vibe of it, it's like it exudes. I'm in love with you, but like kind of sad about it.
Yeah,
you know, which I think is like in high school.
See,
it comes across.
Now you're speaking my language. We got a little sad boy going on over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hitting there.
So I'm going to follow a similar lead that Daniel did here. I'm going to take a track that was the top track of a mixed CD given to me when I was a junior in high school by a girlfriend. There's somehow a less than 0% chance she listens to the show, but I still listen to the song today. There's something about it that it is the kind of song that everybody thinks they're the only one that's ever heard it, but it's very popular and everybody loves it. I'm curious if you two are going to like immediately remember the tune. It's Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Paige
just give me a face though, so I went 1 for 2.
This is such a shocking turnaround.
I know. This is how you do it. This is how you start because they're going to hear "Shaving My Heart" in the bit. This is weird. Skip, and they're going to be like, "Huh."
Oh, okay.
I love that your first pick was a Skip song.
No, it's not. It's not a Skip song. But you know what I mean.
Skip.
I'm trying to have multitudes. I'm trying to contain layers.
Yeah. No, I got you. Home and 40 Day Dream by Edward Sharpe and Magnetic Zeros were two absolute all-star songs that appeared on mix CDs.
High school mix CDs. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is right in like my real life wheelhouse as well. Was there another one that they had?
I feel like they had one more
Home is the one that's like that starts Alabama, Arkansas.
Ma and Pa.
Yep, and it goes just like that, Paige.
Not the way
exactly.
I love you. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, those are the two. I mean, and they're a fantastic two. So yeah, this is the spot
we're back.
Where I thought
we're back, baby.
I'm comfortable again. I'm comfortable with what Preston is doing. I feel sane again. So thank you, Preston, for grounding me once again.
You're welcome.
Paige, do you have any thoughts on any of these picks?
Yeah. Oh, that one was a good one. I did just listen to it because I was like, I don't know that song, and I listened to it, and I was like, I know that song.
Exactly. That's people,
yeah.
If they actually are listening at home, are going to do the same thing. They're going to be like, it sounds like something I would know. And they're like, oh my god, I've heard it thousands of times.
Yeah,
it's in a Kia Forte commercial for sure.
Yes, yes, it is. So
yeah, people know the song for sure, and it's an absolute money song.
Classic
draft. Yeah, I didn't have Edward Sharpe on my list because I thought he'd be a little too off the beaten path. I was worried about the song recognition.
This is the one I think you would take.
This is the one to take for this draft, and it's a fantastic pick. Even though I do like 40 Day Dream.
It is interesting you moved from Backstreet Boys to.
I'm trying to be complicated.
Yeah,
okay.
I like it.
I'm multi-dimensional.
Yeah. I also think after the draft, we should pick our order of the songs, because order in a mix CD is so
order.
important.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do order differently. I was wondering about that because I was like,
we did. I don't think we
want
walk
it in this order.
Yeah.
Right.
As of right now, I'm not changing it for my life. So,
because my choice is gonna be like, kind of.
Yeah. No, I'll go. I think we can order after. Yeah. What do you got, Paige? You have back-to-back picks here.
Yeah. Oh, back to back. Holy crap. Okay. Well, then the first one I'm going to do is Sex is on Fire by Kings of Leon.
Love it.
Is it just Sex on Fire?
Sex is on fire.
Sex
Your
is
sex,
on
that's what they
I
say.
think
The song is called Sex on Fire. They say in the song, your sex is on fire.
Your sex is on fire. Goes like that.
Nope, that's a different song.
No, you're confusing songs.
This girl is on fire.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not it. That's not the song. Why did I think it was that? I'm sorry. It's totally different.
I don't know. So which one are you taking here, Paige?
I'm taking Kings of Leon, Sex on Fire. Okay. It's like, dude.
But she wants it set to the tune.
I don't know why I say it.
This sex is on fire.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. That's it. That's a much better version. I don't know why I just took the rhythm of that other song and put it in.
Isn't this song inarguably about having an STD?
Is it?
I mean, the title of the song could be about that. But
the title, it could be misconstrued as that, but I'm pretty sure it is not that.
Well, it's to your benefit to think it's not.
But yeah, you would say that.
Yeah. The Dark Alley. No, this is about having sex.
Hot as a fever, rattling bones. I could just taste it. Is it cool for me to read lyrics in this way?
Yeah.
I
mean, like it's legally fine if that's what you mean. I don't know that it's like I wouldn't be like, dang, Preston's so cool.
That's kind of what I was asking. Like, is it cool? Am I like a late night DJ? I don't know that it's explicitly about an STD. Why don't we just?
No, I think it's about a one night stand. It's more. It seems more like one night stand.
Also, just really Kings of Leon were like
one night stand.
Really hot shit for a bit, and then
they were
huge. They fell off the planet.
Yeah, they just had that one album, I guess, really.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The band had joked that the song was inspired by one of them getting an illness after sleeping with a woman. So, yeah, it's inspired by an STD.
It's a joke. But, it's still great. It's a great fucking song, okay? It's a great song.
It is a good song. I like the song. I think it sends, even if it's not about an STD, it sends a very, very, like, presumptive message, I think.
A presumptive message? What do you mean?
Yeah, because, like, the song is...
You're just trying to make my pick look bad.
Well, of course. But this is legit. This is my legit feeling about this. Like, I think to make us, like, to put a song overtly about sex with someone that, at least from my point of view, maybe it's different for, like, a girl making a CD for someone. But I feel like I would have been way too terrified to put an overtly
That's
sexual
why
song on
I
CD
questioned whether this was the order that we were going in. Because if this was, like, first or second on the CD,
you gotta
ramp up. Bit much. You got to ramp up to it. So this is going to be like one of the last songs on the mix CD. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. I will try to withhold judgment then, but I think at no point would I like specifically it's for your crush, not someone that you're like already have a thing with, right? Like,
yeah.
All of the feelings are as yet,
but you got to make it more obvious.
Probably not
as the mix CD goes on.
Expressed. Okay, all right, we'll see. Preston, am I crazy here? Do you agree with me on this?
No, I agree with you, but I do think there is a power dynamic at play here where I don't think me or you would ever lead with this for very explicit reasons. But listen, are you telling me? Never mind. No, we don't have to go down that path. But I agree with you. Okay. I'm just like I'm trying to pre-edit instead of post-edit. I'm trying to
we're trying to tiptoe around the edges here. Yeah. Paige.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your next pick?
I'm gonna go. Gosh. Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas. I think.
Oh, see, this is a tough one. I thought about this one.
Yeah. Where is the love? It was such a banger back then.
It's about like famine, right?
Yeah. Well, it's about, I think it's more about like war and like all these bad things going on, and then it's
So
like,
what kind of message are you sending by choosing this song?
What is the song saying?
I'm politically engaged.
Does
but I'm just politically engaged enough to think listening to the Black Eyed Peas song is akin to a protest. Yeah. I'm just barely engaged enough to know what this Black Eyed Peas song is about.
Black Eyed?
Okay, when let me ask this question though. When you were in high school and you listened to this song, were you like, oh, politically engaged?
There's a very interesting genre of music from when we were in high school of political music that is all about apathy, and I would put this in that category. Like "Waiting on the World to Change" by John Mayer. I would say
that's exactly what I'm into.
Where I was like, oh, our political generation is about just like, nah, you just gotta tune out the noise, man. Like it's very much of that. Like, why can't we all just love each other? Like I would put it in that category.
Where's the love? You know?
I know, but I think he's saying that in a bad way, Paige.
Well,
what?
I was going to let everybody else come to their own conclusion.
This was a great song back then.
Oof, boy.
No?
Oof, boy.
Now I feel like I need to read the lyrics. What is going on?
I mean, I don't even remember the lyrics. Maybe I'm looking at it from an unfair lens, just as like what the Black Eyed Peas did after. But yeah,
Can you practice what you preach?
Yeah, Dan, practice what you preach. Turn the other cheek, Dan.
Yeah,
It's like, is the world insane if love and peace is so strong? Where are the pieces of love that don't belong? It's very much like there's a lot of war going on, and let's all but
at the time it came out, it just was not. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
Okay, this Preston bringing up "Waiting on the World to Change" as the perfect counter here, because I think that the two artists that are probably least qualified to maybe say that people aren't doing enough to change the world or bring love back are the Black Eyed Peas and John Mayer.
I don't know about John Mayer. Right? What did John Mayer do to you?
What? Why do you say that?
But they're the Black Eyed Peas. Their next song was like, "I Got a Feeling," you know,
Monday,
like what?
Tuesday,
what are the
Thursday,
they had great songs. What do you mean?
But
Sunday.
This
is a 2000s or 2009 mix.
I know, but
this should be on the CD.
I'm just saying, if Paige, if you put "Where Is the Love" on a mix CD for me in high school, I'd be like, oh, Paige is not the one for me.
Well, yeah, maybe that's true.
Maybe she's weeding people like you out, Dan.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Maybe I want someone who's like politically engaged. You know?
But
it's not when you're giving a mix CD. Paige, it's not just about
Paige,
how can I be good for them. It's how can they be good for me
I
feel
I feel like you're misunderstanding me. I think this song and it's fake politicism.
Yes,
it's politicism for pure commercial, not upsetting anybody. It's fake, which is like the worst kind of thing.
That is your opinion.
That's just your opinion.
Maybe it is, but you could say that about any political song.
I don't think that's true.
I would never say that about Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, or pretty much most of Bob Dylan. Almost all
fair,
of
it.
Or any politically
so
motivated
you're just
rap
saying
music.
Because you don't think the Black Eyed Peas is practicing what they preach.
Actually,
ironically,
yes. Actually, yes.
Okay,
that's exactly.
That's the reason. Yeah, but they're still
kind of a banger though.
Yeah, but it's still kind of a banger.
Still kind of a banger though. I just think I'm very fascinated by, as you said, Daniel, this genre of music from the mid 2000s that is very we just want everybody to stop being so mad at each other, man, and sort of refuses.
I don't think that song is like that though, because it's it's basically telling people stop discriminating and stuff like that, and all of this other stuff, but it's not no, just love people, blah blah blah. It's not saying that. It's a criticism of the American government.
Okay.
Basically.
Listen.
I think that's what it is.
I will take a presentation on why that is the case some other time because I think that is a stretch. But okay,
I also say
I'm here for it.
Even if we set aside our interpretation and feeling about Black Eyed Peas as a political, mouthpiece, and I won't judge too harshly on this, but just in the draft, the whiplash of going from "Sex on Fire" to "Where Is the Love."
Okay, that is why I asked that we were going to reorder it. Okay,
yeah, so I'm curious. I'm curious to see how you bring them all together. I am very fascinated by that. Preston, your third pick is up.
Oh gosh. I think I'm gonna stay in my my sad boy genre.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually drafting in order here because I'm just so confident that none of you are gonna come from my list that I'm able to do that.
Wow.
Okay.
So I have sort of my 6. I think I'm just trying to figure out the order. I'm gonna take a song that I used to play and sing on the ukulele to try and get girls to like me.
Oh boy. Did it ever work?
No. I'm going to take Hey There Delilah by the Plain White T's.
Oh boy.
Okay. That's actually on my list. That's a freaking fantastic one.
So I got one from Dan's list. Or maybe not Dan's list, but one that Dan really likes.
No.
Paige really likes.
No,
I meant the previous one. I figured you wouldn't like this.
Sorry. Yeah. Am I crazy? Have we not discussed this song on this show before?
Have we?
Because I know I have a rant about it.
Okay.
But I can't
I feel
remember.
like Dap's about to rant. I feel a Dap rant incoming.
Paige, let's sit back. Let's enjoy.
It's not really a rant so much. Not as much as the last song was. But do you guys know the context of this song?
Uh-oh. No.
Hey there, Delilah. I know you're back from New York City.
Yeah, she comes back from New York City.
She comes back.
Yeah.
So I can't remember her last name, but the lead singer of Plain White T's meets Delilah, who was a real person. She was like an Olympic athlete. She was a skier, I think. He met her one time, and then wrote this song about her.
Creepy.
Isn't that creepy as hell?
So creepy.
It's so creepy, and kind of ironically, to put it on a mix CD, his affection was very much unrequited.
Ooh.
She the song did not work for the original artist, but maybe you'll have more luck with it, Preston.
Oh, no. I'm looking at the full details of this story. It's rough, but it's sweet.
It's not great.
I'm gonna search that.
It's not great. So
she was dating somebody at the time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That makes it worse.
Big oof. Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can I read the quote?
Please.
From Teen Vogue from Delilah. Delilah DiCrescenzo, as I think I said.
Okay, yeah.
When I'm at the gym, it's playing. When I'm at the pool, it's playing. Part of me wants to scream at the top of my lungs that it's about me. Another part of me wants to cower and say it's absolutely not. What a nightmare.
While this girl is struggling.
Horrible. Can you imagine?
All right. That's an appropriate flame of the pick there, Dan. Well done, you.
Yeah, I'm sorry for knowing that about this song.
Okay.
It's very hard for me to remove that lens. I'm sure I didn't know that about the song in high school.
Yeah.
And also the song has been so overplayed since then, and when did this song come out?
Is it overplayed? Has it been overplayed since then?
It was for a bit.
Maybe
it was overplayed then. I don't know. Again, this is the tough thing about this draft, right? Like, I feel like Hey There Delilah is the tone of a song you want, the vibe, but like all the details about it are kind of off. But you kind of have to do that a little bit to pick a song that people know.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just really tricky. But yeah, I think certainly now if I received this song, I would cringe so hard that someone put this on a mix CD.
Well, yeah, you're an adult
in an earnest
man.
attempt to guard. I know.
You're looking at all these through like a now lens,
I was
which
at
not.
the
You can't
office
do
yesterday,
that.
and my coworker gave me a mix CD that had Backstreet Boys on it. I'm thinking of going to HR.
See, I disagree with the Backstreet Boys. I think Backstreet Boys plays better now than it would have when we were in high school, personally.
I don't know, man. There are some people who don't feel so nihilistic about liking things that are popular. And I'm going to need you to recognize that.
That's true. That is true. That is certainly true. All right. It's time for the final pick of the first half of the draft here, the final pick of the third round. I have some like big pop songs I could go with here that I think would hit really hard. But I don't know if you guys would agree. So I'm just gonna go one. I'm just gonna go with one that I think isn't really gonna strike that like, oh, I'm kind of indie.
Ooh,
kind of indie for knowing this song.
Kind of indie.
But this song is a banger. This band has a few bangers actually. But I think this was the highest ranked on the Rolling Stone, and I think is probably the most appropriate for a mix CD. That is "Time to Pretend" by MGMT.
I feel like I need to look this up. I feel like I do know this.
The same thing. MGMT. You're just like so far from my world. You and I would not have been friends in high school. Let's be real honest.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't meet each other until after high school. Then
it's true. Okay, I do know this song.
Yeah, you definitely know it.
Yes, it's very American Eagle. You'd hear it in the food court of the mall for sure.
This is actually a great song. Yeah,
it is a good song.
It's an interesting vibe you've gone with so far on your mixtape. I need to wait until it's finished, but it's very. What are your other songs again?
New Slang and Yellow.
Yeah, it's fun. There's not a lot of pressure. There's not a lot of like I need you to fall in love. It's just fun and nice, which I like.
Yeah, I mean, I think Yellow is a pretty clingy song, but it's kind of it's kind of like I'm cool. I'm
here. I'm around. If you want to come,
I'm around.
You know where to find. You know where my locker is. Yeah, next to yours.
Want to cuddle?
Next to yours.
It's not even pressure to like make out or anything. If you just want to cuddle, I'm right here.
Wow.
All right, so that is the final pick of the first half of the draft. Here are the teams so far.
Oh.
Paige has Such Great Heights by the Postal Service, Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon, and Where is the Love by Black Eyed Peas. Preston has Shape of My Heart by the Backstreet Boys, Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, and Hey There Delilah by the Plain White Tees. I have New Slang by the Shins, Yellow by Coldplay, and Time to Pretend by MGMT. Second half of the draft coming up after one quick timeout. Okay, we are back. It's my pick here, first pick of the fourth round. And we were discussing kind of before that I do feel like my three songs are kind of samey. The three songs I have kind of set the overall tone. But I need some change-ups. Right? I need some mix-ups.
You want some surprise.
Maybe a hint of irony. I think a hint of irony is really important, especially when you're putting some sappy songs on there. You can be like, oh, I don't want her to think I'm too into her with Yellow by Coldplay. So I'm going to put a song that's kind of a banger, but conveys absolutely no emotional attachment whatsoever. And this is an all-time banger, I think, that maybe people don't remember well enough. That's Paper Planes by MIA.
Oh.
Whoa. What?
I don't know that I would put that on like a mixtape to my crush, but
Weird.
it is a banger, yeah.
It's a vibe change.
It is. Listen, it is that.
Yeah.
It's a vibe change in the same way that cruising down the highway and then steering into a barrier is a vibe change.
Steering into a barrier? You're going to say Paper Plane is steering into a barrier? Absolutely not.
I just think it's very... it's a great song. I just think it's tonally a very strange choice. But I think
this is intentional.
But I think what you're doing here is you're trying to get this person to like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this person to go from liking me to loving me.
Oh.
It's a very different process.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I guess so.
But I appreciate where you're coming from.
I think it's important to have some tonal shifts in there. One, it shows that you're multifaceted, as we've mentioned. You're not, single note. Also, I think it wakes them up. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting this at all. And it gets them, re-engages them in the CD that they're listening to, which can then, make them more in tune to what you're saying with later songs. I think it's important. I think it's really important to have songs like this that kind of come out of left field a little bit. That are still great songs that'll be like, oh damn, yeah, I can also rock out to Paper Planes with this guy. Hell yeah, he's got depth and he's fun. I think it's important to hit those tones. What do you got, Preston? Pick number 4.
Well, I had forgotten what I was doing when I was making fun of you for taking something that's a huge vibe shift, but I'm going to go with a huge vibe shift.
Okay.
I have a lot of this style that I could choose from, and I will talk about all of the various ones that I would choose in the last part of the show. But
okay,
I think I'm going to just go with the classic here for the big left turn. And I'm going to go with Dear Maria, Count Me In by All.
Oh my God. Woo.
That's
so
exactly
close.
what I was hoping for.
So close. That was like, it was between that and another one that I was doing. But
Okay,
Dear
well,
Maria,
Dear
Maria, Count Me In, I read the lyrics and then I was like,
Here's the strength it has over other songs of its ilk, like in this category. When you're listening to a mixtape, I don't know if you guys did this, but you don't like give them a track list. Like they're listening to it and they're hearing it for the first time as they're going through
I
it,
write
right?
the track list on the CD, on the front of the CD.
Is that what you did, Dan?
I would not put them on the CD. I would write put them on like paper and then would write the songs and then like maybe put some inside jokes in there or like explanations of the songs. But that's the way to do it because then they can listen to the song without knowing what's coming. And then when they need to know what the song is because they like it, then they can see.
Yeah.
It's
you consult it after listening.
I guess that's the way to do it. I think what I was saying here is that this has like the strongest possible opening. Like as soon as the song comes on, you're into it. It starts so good. So I wanted that, like for somebody skipping through the CD to get to that part and just like, oh shit, here we go. You know what I mean?
So wait. This is now twice that you've mentioned people skipping songs on your CD.
Yeah. You keep mentioning how people.
I say skipping through. You know what I mean? Just listening through. That's what I'm saying. It skips to the next song.
I don't really have a lot of. I didn't recognize the song by title. I don't really know the song.
Really?
This is just not my kind of music, really.
Oh, you're not gonna like my next 2 picks.
So I struggle to really have an opinion. I will say though that you're just kind of all over the place with your like. Yeah. I feel like it just. I do think it's important to show different levels, but I also think it's important to like find like arcs in your CD. But you're kind of just hopping all over.
Listen, if all of it is peak, then all of it's great. You know what I mean?
But even if all of it's peak, it's still like, jumping from one peak to another. It can be kind of jarring and it can be hard for people to kind of like get into like feeling like there's an overall theme connecting or like that there was overall thought put into this rather than just like throwing songs.
I just like unpredictability. CD. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Paige liked the song, so I don't really have any thoughts on the song, but that is my concern looking at what you have so far, Preston. Paige, what do you got for us?
All right. Mine is actually of a similar vein. Okay. Check Yes, Juliet. By
oh my God. I was deciding between those two too.
Yeah, those were the two. Music. I was like, it's either this one or this one. But I feel like Check Yes, Juliet is more like romantic than Dear Maria, Count Me In. Because it's like, I won't, he's throwing rocks at her window, trying to get her to come outside. And
I feel like it's less well known. Do you think that's true?
I don't think so. I think they're both pretty within the same.
Maybe if we go on like Spotify streams or something.
Check Yes, Juliet has 283 million plays.
283 million?
Wow. Mm-hmm. Check
wow,
yes,
guys.
Juliet, are you with me? Rain is falling down.
Dear Maria has 545 million.
Okay, so barely, but they're in the same stratosphere, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this song's so freaking good.
It's so good.
It's so funny that both of us were looking at the exact two to fill this slot
of
our mixtape. Would you say that this one has a strong political message?
I wouldn't say a political message. No, it has a strong romantic message.
This one's about chess, right?
Yeah,
because when you're playing the game, you go check yes.
Yes, check yes, Juliet.
Check yes, Juliet.
That's
checkmate, Juliet. It's a check yes or no thing, right? Mm-hmm. Like you used to do in school. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, do you want to be my date? Check yes or no.
I know I've heard the song, but again, it's just really not, and has never been at any point in my life.
Yeah,
the vibe of music that I've listened to. So
that's fine.
Just does not resonate with me. But that's fine. That's okay.
It is the first time that something has been taken that is on my list. So big credit. Big shout out.
It does feel like vibe that it probably does fit a little more naturally into a mixity than Dear Maria, Count Me In. I feel. But that's just kind of
just like Paper Planes just fits in so
nice. Paper Planes fits in so well with yours.
Well, listen, I needed the vibe change. I don't think Paige needed it as much, or you, Preston. But that's okay. What do you got next, Paige?
Gosh, oh man. So I only have 2 more picks, right?
Yep, that is correct.
Oh no. Okay. Here's where it comes where I'm like, I'm not sure, you know what I mean? But
I do know what you mean.
I feel like, because I definitely want to choose like another emo song or something. There's so many songs. There's so many like good songs that I could choose here.
There are so many good songs.
And I just like, I don't know. There's some emo songs that I really want to choose, but I'm also like, are they the most romantic that I would like, have for a crush or whatever? So, I was thinking about some like Fall Out Boy ones or something, but I think I'm just gonna kind of stick on, it's a crush. It's not just all like bangers and whatever. So I think I'm also gonna do Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card.
Nice. Yeah. Yes. Excellent choice.
Because I listened to that song so many times as a kid, and I felt like, I have no one I'm interested in, but if I did, it's like you're like dreaming about the person you're interested in who doesn't actually exist. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you're like, and it kind of has that like, Hey There Delilah vibe, but without it being cringe. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. Okay.
I think so. Because it's still like, if I could find you now, things would be better. It's like that kind of.
God, that song is good.
I kind of agree with Paige, that analysis, actually.
Yeah. So.
I think that was an oversight by me to not have included that on the list.
So that's it.
What's good about that too, I think it does have more crossover appeal to people who aren't into like the total what emo would you say is the
emo.
pop punk?
There's a lot
pop
that was
punk
happening
is probably right
around that time.
I don't know, this one, I mean, I guess I'm wrong because it has 367 million listens on Spotify, so it's less listened to than Dear Maria, Count Me In. But I don't know.
If you looked up like early 2000s pop punk hits, Dear Maria, Count Me In, I would think would be the first song on a couple of those playlists. Like it is the lead in.
I have a story about All Time Low, actually.
Oh.
I met All Time Low when I was young and into going to like pop punk concerts. I met All Time Low back when they were like opening for this one other band that I was going to see. I got their poster. This is so embarrassing. This is terrible. All Time Low, if you listen to this, I love y'all. Y'all are great. But I got
famously
a poster.
Listeners of the Drafted podcast.
Huge fans.
All Time Low.
And
they're Patreon subscribed too. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Only tier 1 though. What's that about, guys?
You don't got the flexible revenue? Come on. What are you doing?
I got a poster signed by all of the members of All Time Low. And like a few years later, I was cleaning out my closet and I found the poster and I was like, they're probably bad, but I just threw it in the trash.
What?
Wait, you didn't even recycle it, Paige? Did you learn nothing from Where Is the Love from Black Eyed Peas that you should recycle?
That I should recycle. I know.
Oh, man.
And now looking back, I'm like, dang, wish I still had that poster. That would be great. It was like one of their first
How old were you when you
albums.
threw this out?
Gosh, probably like 18. I feel like it was like when I was going off to college and
Damn,
I
that's
found the
tough.
poster and I was like, yeah, they're probably not doing, there was a lot of like kind of like pop punk bands that like came and went, you know what I mean, in those times. And
Sure.
they did
Dime a
not.
dozen.
They did not. They're still going strong, you know?
They had some staying power.
Sorry, all time low. This page does not
Sorry.
speak for us. Neither Preston nor I would have thrown out your signed poster. I assure
Nope.
you.
Yeah, no.
And we appreciate your
Sorry.
support. All right, Preston. What do you got?
Okay, well, we're nearing the prestige of my
Ooh,
burnt CD.
Prestige is so close to your name. Can we make like a Preston, like a Prestige?
A prestige.
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 Prestige. We're nearing the prestige of my burnt CD mixtape. I have 2 songs left to take what I think I have established as somebody you can be friends and have a ton of fun with, to somebody that you maybe consider yourself holding hands with on the way to someone's house.
Holding hands.
Holding hands.
So we're gonna kick off this final stretch here with "Dirty Little Secret" by the All American Rejects.
Ooh. But do you really want your crush?
Who has to know, Paige?
Yeah, but like, do you want your crush to be like, oh, like they just want to have a fling or like a full relationship? You know what I mean? And the Dirty Little Secret is like a fling. You know what I'm saying?
I think I would have taken pretty much anything back then.
It might be even less than a fling, to be honest. Yeah, you really got to hope that they just don't read anything into the song and just fully like it as just a banger. You know,
Okay,
which is potentially risky, but you know,
Yeah.
if I think it definitely could still do that because it is such a banger. That was always such a tight rope, a tight wire to have to walk. You know, be like, how do I can?
I just put this on here as a joke. You could always hit them with that.
How do I drop in a song that like I just like this one's just for the song, and then this one means something. You know, it's tough. It's tough to convey. I think most people, if they were cool, and I'm sure all the girls Preston liked were cool, they would have just been like, yeah, this song is a banger. I'm trying to help you out here, and you're not.
I know,
letting me.
but they didn't like me back, so they're not cool.
Well, that's because you weren't cool yet.
Yep. Took me until 2019, something like that. When did we start this show?
2020.
There you go. That's about right.
I'm still waiting on my time.
The cool card.
Yeah. All right. These are my final 2 picks here. All right. I've got 3 songs here, and I'm having a real hard time picking which 2 to go with. I think there's one that I think I like the best and would actually be best in this context, but it's the least well-known song, which is tricky, and I think that means I probably can't take it. But I'm going to go back to the well of pop here. Pop banger. One of the biggest, best songs of the entire decade. And this is a good tie-in. I think one thing I always thought about was when I wanted a big tonal shift, you kind of got to work your way back, right? So getting kind of a tweener song from that back to where I want to be overall is really important. And I think this song does that well for me. And that is Umbrella by Rihanna.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Sure.
L-A-A.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like this is one of the best pop songs of all time.
Yeah, I think it's probably true. It's up there.
It's so good. There's so many good covers of it too. Like if I realistically, I like now I would put like a cover, like I would put the Young Blood brass band cover of it because that. Have you heard that, Preston?
Yes, it's
Oh
so
my
good.
god! Oh my god! It's so
It's been so
unbelievably
long
good.
since I've heard. Okay,
It's so fucking good. So because I would be that also would hit something I would really be going for, which is like, oh, I'm so like cool that I know these covers that are even better than of an original great song. But for the purpose of this, I'm just gonna take the original. But yeah, if you listeners, if you don't know the Young Blood brass band cover of Umbrella, and really that entire EP of covers is just goes so goddamn hard. Highly recommend. And then with my last pick, I'm gonna go back to the kind of like melancholy, sappy, emotional depths of my high school self with Maps by Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
They don't love you like I love you. I mean, come on.
Hey, that's good.
You can't get better than that on the mix CD.
Okay.
That's a good addition. I think that can slot in nicely.
Thank you.
Famous from Rock Band in my college dorm.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Rock Band in my college dorm, and I would sit there with my microphone and just go, while my buddy's just like, it's so good.
It's just a great song. It's just a great song. And lyrically perfect for the vibe I'm going for.
Very nice.
All right, Preston, how are you rounding out your mix CD of love?
Well, here's the thing, bud. You've either set the hook, or it's time to reel it back in and cast a new line.
Yeah, you really want that to be a vibe on your CD. Like, listen, if you don't like this, I want you to know I'm reeling the line back in and casting it out to somebody else.
Yes, it's time to shoot your shot. Because what are you going to do? You're just going to wait around? No. Shoot the shot. We're doing Fallen by Alicia Keys.
Oh, okay.
We're talking 8th grade dance, Leave Enough Room for Jesus, Fallen by Alicia Keys.
I want you to sing this one for me.
Yeah.
No. I have a rule to not sing any Alicia Keys numbers without much more preparation. I could play it on piano though, for sure.
I feel like I don't know if I received a CD from my crush and they put Fallen by Alicia Keys on
it feels a little intense, right, Paige?
I would be like, whoa. Okay.
Yep. Time to pump or shut up.
Time to pump the brakes here. I would be a little bit like, okay, interesting. You want them to like have fun and like.
It feels a little intense.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It is a great song.
Fun.
It is a great song.
I just, tired of making burnt CDs for people that don't make burnt CDs back. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the problem was you were coming on too strong by putting songs like Fallen on there, and they got scared away.
I don't think that's true.
And they were like,
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to say I'm falling in love with you yet. Via mix CD.
Via mix CD. Ooh.
All right, Paige.
Yeah.
The final pick of your mix CD, the final pick of the draft.
Gosh,
where are you going?
Struggling, honestly. I'm kind of
some things. Fallen by Alicia Keys.
You know what? You're clearly not the vibe. Okay, so
we all have very specific vibes of like what we're looking for here.
Fly like paper and get high like planes.
The border, I got pieces in my name.
Let's see. So I was like, maybe I should do some like Fall Out Boy because I was really into Fall Out Boy.
Oh,
But a lot of Fall Out Boy songs are very much like more about like love going wrong, you know what I mean? Than it is about love going right. So
I think that can be okay. You can kind of convey like, hey, I've been hurt before.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Boy.
Yeah, that is true. So it's kind of like, I was like, okay, Fall Out Boy, there's a little less 16 Candles, a little more Touch Me, that's a good one. And honestly, Blink-182 was on there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do it.
But
Take us back to Warped Tour, Paige. Come on.
I know, but also Angel by Shaggy.
Whoa. That's a different direction.
Is that what you're taking?
No, you said it. You said it out loud.
I think I'm gonna do. Okay, I think I'm gonna do Angel by Shaggy. Shawty, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. Closer than my peeps you are to me, baby. Shawty, you're my angel. You're my darling.
How long are we gonna do this?
Because it's such a good song.
Shawty, you're my friend when I'm in need.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
it is a big vibe shift.
Yep.
Is it though?
Yeah, from really everything else any of us picked.
Well, yeah, that's true. You see, you gotta show dimension. You know.
No, I agree. I like the curveball. I mean, I took Paper Planes by MIA for crying out loud. I will say though, like if Paige, if you're going to be on the boat with me criticizing Fallen for being a little intense, I think Angel could be under that category as well.
But it's not like I'm in love. Well, it is, but it's like in a more indirect way, you know?
I mean, listen, it's one thing to say you're falling in love with someone. It's another thing to say that you're closer than my peeps. It does not get more intense than that emotionally.
I think it's one thing to say you're falling in love with someone. It's another thing to be like, you're my best
Listen,
friend.
I'm not saying it.
You're my best friend. I want to date you, girl. You're my angel. You know what I'm saying? That's what the song is.
Girl.
I want to date you, girl.
Angel.
You know.
I am so curious to see the order of these songs from Paige.
I'm winging this. I'm deciding the order right now.
So all over the place. Before we get to that, though, we are going to take another breather. But here are the teams. Paige, final list of songs on the mix CD. Such Great Heights by the Postal Service. Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon. Where is the Love by Black Eyed Peas. Check Yes, Juliet by We the Kings. Ocean Avenue by Yellow Card. And Angel by Shaggy. What a fascinating collection of songs.
It's a collective.
Very eclectic. Yeah. Preston has Shape of My Heart by Backstreet Boys, Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, Hey There Delilah by Plain White Tees, Dear Maria, Count Me In by All Time Low, Dirty Little Secret by All American Rejects, and Fallen by Alicia Keys. And I have New Slang by The Shins, Yellow by Coldplay, Time to Pretend by MGMT, Paper Planes by MIA, Umbrella by Rihanna, and Maps by Yeah Yeah Yeahs. So much to discuss about those picks after one final break. Okay, so I think we all kind of alluded to having other songs still left on our list. So what were and obviously, if you're making a mix CD, you're never stopping at 6 songs, right?
No.
So what were some of the ones you would like to add on if we had more room for them, or maybe ones that you're hemming and hawing about and decided not to pick in the end?
Ooh.
If I had to fill mine out based on the vibe that I was sort of hitting by the end, I'm doing The Reason by Hoobastank.
Oh, that's a really good one.
I'm a Broken Boy.
I can't stand that song.
Okay, well, it didn't make the list.
So yeah, I think in my
big
opinion,
win
really,
for me.
Really good choice. I think here. Can I tell a story about that song actually? This perhaps colors my liking, but to me, it's just like so like melodramatic, that song. In the lyrics and the way, like the sound of it and everything. But when I was in high school, we had an assembly that was supposed to deter you from drinking and driving, and it was this guy who killed the girl or something in a drunk driving accident, and he was in jail, and now he does
counseling in schools and stuff.
Yeah. He does public speaking in schools, and he couldn't be there because he wasn't something came up with his his corrections officer or whatever. And so it was just like he did it with the mom of the daughter, I want to say, were like the two people who were doing it together, and they played this like montage. When they have this montage played when he can't make it, and it was to that song.
What a weird choice and just strange. No.
Yeah. So every time I hear that song, I think of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Ugh, gross. Well, let's switch it up with a little "Hero" by Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, okay.
There we are.
You know what I was really here for more than "Hero" was the Enrique Iglesias like semi-revival. Like around like 2010.
Yep.
Like "Baby, I Like It" and all that. "Hero" is another one that's like so melodramatic.
Yeah. You're catching on. Does anybody know "Flavor of the Week" by American Hi-Fi?
Yes, but why would you add that to a Crush CD? You know what I mean?
It's a he doesn't recognize your real value. He doesn't see you for what you are. I see you.
Okay, so you're saying you're
saying
that's not me.
Well, that's what the song is about. If you recall,
that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
He don't know anything about her.
About you.
It's my best punk
that's
impression.
True. Okay, that's true. Fair enough.
Nintendo. Yeah.
Oh, oh my gosh.
That's gonna be a good one.
That reminds me. Oh my god. This is the song. If I had just thought of this before, Bowling for Soup.
Yes.
What's the name of the song? Wasn't it "Girl All the Bad Guys Want"?
Yeah.
And it has the same kind of vibe.
All the bad guys
want.
If you're a girl and you receive that on the mixtape, how does that play?
I don't know. If you're a girl and you received like some dude's just treating you like the flavor of the week, how's that play? You know?
I mean,
kind of the same.
I don't. Okay, fine. All
kind of the same. It's the same vibe.
Taken.
What's funny about this in particular is that Preston prefaced his actual last pick with, "I want you to know that I'm casting my line out, and if you don't like it, I'm reeling it back." And now he's also trying to paint like the other guy. Oh, that other guy just thinks you're the flavor of the week, but not me.
Yeah, but not me.
I'm falling in love with you.
I'm here for the long haul.
But also, if you don't like me, I'm moving on immediately.
Yeah, no, bye. Yep. Basically.
Okay.
Did you have others, Preston, or was that it?
Yeah, but I think too much side conversation starters.
Didn't you say you had like a whole long list that you wanted to?
I did.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's rapid fire.
Yeah.
Love Story, Taylor Swift, Everything, Michael Bublé, Hero, Enrique Iglesias, Beautiful Soul, Jesse McCartney. I am not messing around. That shit would slap so fucking hard. 1,000 Miles, Vanessa Carlton. Complicated, Avril Lavigne, Dark Horse Choice. Need You Now by Lady A. At my school, that worked really well. The Reason by Hoobastank. You and Me by Lifehouse was played at every dance I ever went to while I was in grade school. Face Down by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, and Flavor of the Week by American Hi-Fi. Face Down by Red Jumpsuit Apparatus is admittedly a psychopathic choice.
Yeah, that would be a little like, okay.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It came up for me, so.
You're really angsty, like teenage years too. You're kind of like, that. Mm-hmm. Me, honestly, a lot of those were on my list as well. But the list that I totally made ahead of time. And also some Death Cab for Cutie. Like, I will follow you into the dark.
Oh, there's a really good one.
Yeah. Or, I don't know. Soulmate's
I know we just
like that.
met 2 weeks ago in Miss Simmons' literature class, but I'll find you in heaven.
Hey, you have a song about falling in love. Okay,
I do. I'm just saying, I was more saying that because that's a song I would have chosen. I think I probably did put I Will Follow You into the Dark on a mixtape at some point.
Paige, when made your first pick and talked about how you saw Post Service and Death Cab, I thought for sure you were going to go back to Death Cab for a song later.
I thought about it, but I was like, sorry, my dog is like horking.
Puppy?
Yeah.
Horking?
She's like, yeah, she's like.
That's a bird. Are you sure it's a dog?
It is.
Did you do the 23andMe to make sure it's really a dog?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she's not a dog. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe she's a chicken. She kind of looks like one sometimes. Yeah. On Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? I mentioned that last time.
Yeah.
I really thought about that one.
Is that really a 2000 song?
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, what year did they come out?
Just reads much older.
Let's see if we can search. Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Bum, bum, bum,
I'm gonna get
2003.
Oh, okay, that was.
Oh, Daniel almost wanted to play a game.
I did.
Yeah,
I would have said like 2007 though, so I would have been off anyway.
No. Yeah, some Fall Out Boy, like Little S16 Candles, maybe maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, just because it's just such a great song.
Throw Your Machamps up.
That is a really good one.
Yeah. And I honestly thought about Sexy Back as well. Just like now it doesn't play over so well, but like yeah. But then it was no, nobody likes it.
Can you say I'm bringing Sexy Back as like a 14-year-old?
If you're saying another
people
14
did, people did,
People did. It's a good point. People did.
People did.
For Justin Timberlake, I would have gone Summer Love.
I don't even know that song.
Maybe.
Is it the cover from Grease?
No. Maybe it's not called that. What's it called? No, it is. It is called Summer Love.
Summer Love.
Also, Kylie Minogue. I'm not sure how to say it. Minogue. Can't Get You Out of My Head. That's a really good one too. Yeah. I don't know. There's so many. There's so many actually that are like really great songs. But
yeah, you're right. Summer Love. Summer Love is it.
With me. That's a banger, right?
Yeah.
Kind of a banger. And hits the right chords, I think.
Did you have extras, Dan?
I did. I had a few. I would have liked to have gone like What's Love by Fat Joe. Or just get something a little bit more hip hoppy in here. Like maybe Hey Ya could have been good.
Interesting.
But I went Paper Planes instead of as my like my change up,
So why don't you sell me on Paper Planes?
Yes,
as working here, and you can if you want to set your order as part of that process.
I mean, you're kind of jumping here.
I'm sorry.
You're throwing off the whole flow of the show.
Listen. I already did that by just not participating in the game.
I also had the one that I was debating about at the end was Les Artistes by Santigold, which is just such a groovy song. And then I also had Stacy's Mom because that would have been like a good ironic one, I think. But the problem with Stacy's Mom is it's I think it would play better now than it would have when we were in high school.
And back then, if someone gave me a mixed CD with Stacy's Mom, I would be like, "Are you into my mom?" Yeah, huge red flag, huge. So I'm glad you didn't choose that one.
See. I think I don't know. I mean, it has become clear that I was sending mixed CDs to different people than you two were. But I wouldn't. For me, it would have been a clear like ironic choice in there, and I would not have been at all worried that they were actually like who would make a mixed CD to tell someone I want to fuck your mom.
Then why put the song on there?
Because like for an ironic twist. It's also just a catchy ass song. But yeah, it'd be like, oh, isn't this funny? I'm putting Stacey's mom on here.
Oh yeah.
It's knowing.
Do you think she got the hidden message?
But you also like want them to be like, obviously I'm giving this because I'm interested in you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You don't want to be like in the.
Sure. But I also
like,
think.
Oh,
I also think
thanks,
a
good
big
friend, for this CD.
What?
Huh? Because you could just be friends, but it's a crush. Have you admitted your crush? I guess it really depends.
I mean, it depends. It depends. But I think also like the point of the mix CD is not to be like, hey, I have a crush on you. It's like, as Preston kind of I think alluded to, like you're sharing a part of yourself. So like you're trying to get them to like you back, right? So like if a part of like if you're saying like if you can connect with someone like thinking like, oh yeah, Stacey's Mom is a funny ironic song, but also pretty catchy and like fun to sing along to. That would be the point of it. Not trying to convey any deep. I don't think every single song on your mix CD should be conveying like your feelings for them. I think that's overbearing. and too much. I think you got to have just some songs in there that are just good songs that they will like and associate with you and be fun.
I think you're diagnosing, Dan, why none of my mix CDs ever worked. About 15 years too late.
Yeah, well, I think you're doing okay. You know, you're out of the mix CD game. You know?
Yeah.
Man, what a bummer that we don't do that anymore, though.
You could still.
You make playlists for people.
I did have a really great system going with a friend. We had a shared Spotify playlist, and every week we would add another song to it. So there'd be 2 songs added a week, and it just like created this cool shared like time capsule thing. It was great.
That's pretty cool.
Would highly recommend.
I make a new playlist every year, and I just kind of like put a few that I'm currently listening to, and then throughout the year I just add more songs to it.
I do one every other month. I have like my April
every other month
going right now. Yeah.
Whoa.
I get to like 100 songs, and then I sort of like take 50 of the songs, transfer them over, and sort of refill it to 100 and just keep on going like over and over. But it is cool because I can go back to June 2015 and like listen to what I was listening to.
You've done that for that long?
I think my oldest one is probably 2014. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, mine is like 20 something, but I have one for like every year, basically a playlist for every year. Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to music as much as I would like to. I don't just like put on music really ever.
You can
not never, but what now?
You can sort of do it whenever you want, though, pal.
I know, but I just don't, and I don't really know why. And also, like, it's rare that I'll like go and listen to new stuff. Like the stuff I listen to, I just kind of listen.
I'll go through like periods of time where I'm like, I'll just be listening to like old stuff or, you know, I don't know, 80s, 70s or something. And then I'll get into some new music and I'll listen to new music a lot. And then I'll go back to listening to like 70s, 80s stuff again.
You know what I think part of it for me is that I work retail. And so I just like am forced to listen to music
just the entire day.
It's not even top 40, but it's like that's the same stuff a lot. And it's just, I don't know, like a lot of it just isn't the stuff I would listen to. And so that kind of just saps me of my musical energy a lot of the time.
I can totally understand that. But our girl Dua Lipa's got a new song out, so you should go check that out.
She got a whole new album out, right?
Is that right? Or I thought it was just this. Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure she dropped her new album. I have not listened to it yet. I've seen that it's a little mid, not nearly as good as Future Nostalgia, but that probably should be expected.
What could be?
Okay, let us set the order of our tracks here because we need to do that.
Right.
I actually think I am just going to. I think I'm just going to keep mine in the order I drafted them. Actually, and I can tell you why.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I kind of let off with like New Slang by the Shins, just saying like that is just like kind of just pinnacle peak of mix CD8 song. So, you know, that feels fitting for it to be the lead off. I also don't want to lead with Yellow. I think Yellow being the lead, like as probably the most romantic song of my tracks, to be the lead is too much. You kind of gotta get there. Time to Pretend is a nice little cool off. It's just a nice vibey, you know, kind of song. And I think probably my best lead into Paper Planes without it being like too jarring. Then I come back down halfway back with Umbrella. With Rihanna, which is, you know, still hip hoppy, obviously, but more like romancy, about love. And then I finish with the big like romantic punch, the closer, and just the great cool down finish song of Maps by Yeah. So it kind of worked out really well, I think, actually. With the way
it makes sense. I still think there are weird moments happening, but sure.
Paper Planes
would
be very jarring for me and that.
I mean, it's an intentional jarring. You guys aren't getting that.
You gotta snap them back, sorry.
Yeah.
If it is an intentional jarring, then you did a really good job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to have those, the wake up songs, you know, the surprise songs. You don't want to be too predictable, you know. You don't want to be too predictable in a relationship. You don't want to be too predictable in a mix CD. That's my opinion.
It depends on who you're dating, I guess.
Sure. But you know, the people that I was wanting to date, I didn't want to come across as predictable. So
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Preston, what's your? Do you have an order for us?
Yeah, I sort of lied earlier. I am going to switch it up.
Okay.
I want to lead with Dear Maria, Count Me In.
Okay.
I think it's like an unbelievably strong opening.
It's fitting, yeah. I mean, it just feels like something that should be at the start. I like that.
Yes. And then I want to go to Home.
Okay. Boy,
Yep.
You give me a hard time for tonal shifts.
I know. And then I'm going to Hey There, Delilah. And then we're going to get a little silly with it. We're going to do Shape of My Heart, then Dirty Little Secret, then Fallen.
Okay.
Fallen's still the closer.
You're going from Dirty Little Secret to Fallen.
I'm feeling a little whiplash.
That was intentional.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm complicated. I contain multitudes.
Paige, do you have an order? Preston, by the way, I think you should put the order as they're played on the graphic.
Okay.
For voting.
That works for me.
Order they're drafted.
Sure.
Wait, the order they're drafted or the order we're saying now?
The order we're saying.
No, the order, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Order you're putting them.
I think that'll be important for people. They'll want to know the order of the track rather than the order where this pick was drafted.
I agree.
All right. So, gosh, I was thinking something else, but now I think I might go this way. I think I will. I think I will lead. Yeah, check yes, Juliet. Also.
Okay.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, because I did the same thing, basically.
Yeah, it's a good lead. So we have the check yes, Juliet. It goes in. You're like, yeah, and then I think Where Is the Love? Then that one's next. What?
Nope. Go ahead.
I still just can't really believe you picked that one.
It's fine.
It is you know what? It's still good. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the song, and you're like, okay, yeah, where is the love?
It's a good question.
Where is it? and then I think we're gonna go. I think we'll go into Postal Service after that. Postal Service, Such Great Heights, because then it's like just gonna, and then, oh gosh, yeah. Then we're just gonna go into Sex Is on Fire. I think Then they're kind of like, oh, that kind of CD.
Oh.
They're like, oh.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna cool off a little. We'll go to Ocean Avenue. Back on Ocean Avenue. Then you're like, okay. And then the last one is Angel.
Interesting. See, I if I was working with Paige's songs, I would 100% close with Such Great Heights.
Really?
I think everything would be.
I almost opened.
The strongest.
I almost opened with Such Great Heights. My original thing was Such Great Heights, Ocean Avenue, Where's the Love, and then going on with the other ones. But the good news here, Dan, is that as we discussed before the show, we're going to turn this into a Spotify playlist.
Yes.
So we will put the link into our Discord.
Yeah, we'll put it in the Discord.
I can probably make one now, and we can throw it into the show notes too.
No, let's put it in the Discord. Let's get people.
Hey, come join the Discord to listen to this sweet Spotify playlist that I gotta be honest is weird.
It's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be jarring. Don't put it on at a party. People won't like you.
Or do. I don't know. They'll if they put mine on at a party, they might like it.
Who put on Where Is the Love by Black Eyed Peas? Why was this the choice?
Some people might be into it, okay? They'll be like, oh wow, the Black Eyed Peas. What a throwback.
Wow. A question still unanswered. Wow.
I usually do ask what the worst pick was, but instead let's put this fun twist. What's the worst song on the playlist of the collective playlist?
It's Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas.
It has
I'm sorry.
What?
I think it is the song that has aged the worst since that decade.
It has, but we're not judging it by that. Like, are we? This is
I
think it's hard not to a little.
It's hard. It's difficult
CD.
not to. We exist in the hindsight. Yeah. So I don't know. It's difficult.
In hindsight, looking at the ones that I chose, because I did not prepare beforehand, I probably would change the Black Eyed Peas one to some other ones that I found.
So I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas.
A different Black Eyed Peas song, right? Yeah.
I was thinking more like, I don't know, Motion City soundtrack or something.
Nice.
I will say, Paige, I mean, like if the frame of your picks is you're trying to get songs that people will vote for, I don't think there's a single person in our voting audience who will see Black Eyed Peas on this list and be like, yep, that's the one I'm voting for. I don't think there's a single member of our listenership.
Come on, listeners.
I don't think so.
Back in the 2000s, though, it was.
I mean,
it was...
Paige does sort of have a point that we all sort of fell for the ruse that is "Where's the Love" by the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah,
it was all a moment where we were like, "Man, this song's gonna change the world."
Or did it just get played a lot because that's how commercial pop?
Same thing. Same thing.
Same. Yeah. That's just what happened, you know.
What is the best? I feel like we're all picking our own tracks here, our own mixed CDs. So who's after your own? Would you most like to receive? Which one would you receive the best? And maybe consider if you do have feelings for that person.
I would be so thrown by Paper Planes that I would just be.
That is so. Do you not like Paper Planes?
It's a fine song. It just is a weird choice. It's such a strange choice.
Is.
Like you're trying to share with me a bit about who you are. I'm like, what are you sharing? What
does that say about you?
That I'm sharing that I am unpredictable. That I'll put something. Also, I feel like you guys are both really sleeping on how good of a song Paper Planes is.
It's a good song,
bangs.
but within the songs that you chose, it's odd.
Paige, you have "Where Is the Love" by Black Eyed Peas and "Ocean Avenue" and "Angel" by Shaggy.
which is why I'm gonna have to choose Daniel's team because
oh my god!
Despite Paper Planes being what it is, after like a minute of it, I will get over it and just enjoy the fact that Paper Planes is playing.
Okay, but Postal Service.
Yeah, that's your
such
one
a
good
great
one.
song. My one good one, "Sex Is on Fire," Kings of Leon.
That's a weird song to have on your mix CD for a.
It's not a weird song. It's not any weirder than Paper Planes or like.
I think it's much
Hey There,
weirder.
Delilah.
I think it's much weirder than Paper Planes. I have to be honest.
I don't think so.
It is.
I will admit, "Where's the Love" is a little bit weird, but like "Angel" is a bop. They're gonna be like, "Show you my angel." It sticks in your head.
Angel's
You know, it's
good,
not gonna go away once you hear it, and then they're gonna think
a bop.
about you. Then they're gonna think about you all the time because that song's gonna be stuck in their head all the time, and that's the key. You know, that's the key.
I suppose so. So who's your second place then, Paige?
I'm not gonna have to go Preston's
the pop punk
mixtape.
hits. Yeah,
it's the pop punk hits that get me, and because I would have chosen oh my god, I actually really did like "Hey There, Delilah." That was a good. Would I give that to my crush? I don't know, but
what if they were named Delilah?
Then you have to, I think.
Actually, no, definitely not. They probably get that all the time.
Yeah, they'd probably be like, another one.
Yeah. You want to find an off the beaten path song that has their name in it. That's what you.
Yeah.
You want to give them like a song that they haven't heard that has their name in it. This is really tough for me. I don't like either of your playlists, which is kind of unsurprising because they're both a little similar. I think both of you picked like exactly one song, but I would be receptive to being on such a CD.
You don't like "Angel" by Shaggy?
I do like "Angel" by Shaggy, but I just don't think in any way is it like fitting of this context. Such Great Heights is a great choice, and "Home" is a really good choice. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, like "Fallen" would just really make me want to completely ghost Preston. Depending on the
but you know what, Dan? You know what? We came to a conclusion faster because one of us was willing to put it out there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
We didn't play the will they, won't they game for forever.
You know, like in Hitch, how Will Smith tells Albert, you got it. Like you go 90 and then let them come 10.
Exactly.
Preston went like 115 with "Fallen" by Alicia Keys.
I did. I went 100 and they were no longer there.
Yeah. They ran away.
They were gone.
This is really tough for me. I think I have to go Preston's because Paige has "Where's the Love" on hers, and I'm
at least not, promoting political apathy on my playlist.
I'm not promoting it. It's a song that was in the.
It is a song. That is basically all you can say about it.
Okay.
Paige, I'm sorry to light you up so vociferously there, but thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having me.
You guys can follow Paige on Twitch at Paige6. That's PAIGE, the number 6 IXX. But Paige, where else can the people follow and support your creative endeavors and passion projects and such?
Well, on Instagram at Paige6, but SIXX. And oh my god, where else? I don't know. Yeah, you said on Twitch and on TikTok, but honestly, mainly just Instagram. That's
all right.
just where I'm rolling.
Go follow Paige on Instagram before she blows up into a huge Hollywood star. And we can all say we remember her. We remember her win.
When she was undrafted, it made really weird choices.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's going to come back to this
to
moment and judge me for putting the Black Eyed Peas on my list.
Paige, if you blow up, we'll probably blow up too. So we're all rooting for you.
That's fun.
But yeah, do support Paige. And also join the Discord. Tell us which songs we missed, what songs were terrible that we did pick. That is the best base to engage with us and the show. And yeah, we'll post the link to the playlist there. And remember, consider supporting us on Patreon, where you're about to get bonus content with Paige. Preston has a little quiz whipped up for us, I think. So that'll be fun. But otherwise, everyone, thank you so much for listening. We'll talk to y'all in a couple weeks.
Quiz time.
All right, how long is this going to be, Preston?
I'm going to be terrible.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear. Hey, you worked really hard on this. How long is this going to be?